Okay, thank you for joining me again. This is Takeoff and Landings 101, just basic maneuvers for getting the plane up into the sky. What I decided to do on this one is to show you what it looks like when you're first spawning to the game. Now, I turned the plane sideways so you can see the hangar better, but the planes actually spawn on the airfield within a hangar. It's actually relatively safe from enemy attack from directly above. They can't get you with bombs from above, but they can drop, directly into the front of the hangar or shoot through those are supposed to be like screens or dirty glass or whatever. Basically, it's just eye candy. The bullets go right through those things, so you do have to be careful of that. Also, be aware, enemy infantry just love to sit there and hide behind the boxes over there on the side, and paratroopers and stuff. And they come in and they hide and try to snipe at you. So that's something to think about when you first spawn into the game. Anyway, this is a 109. I'm going to go ahead and start the engine. It's on the letter E. Got brakes left and right. If I want to turn the plane, I have a key. If I turn on my chat here, you can unlock and lock it's a / key. And right now it's locked, but if I unlock it, I can actually hold one brake and let the plane pivot completely around, or hold the other brake and go back the other direction. I'm not even doing anything with the rudder. What you want to do is you want to taxi out. A lot of times, most of us who are experienced, we just crank it up and just come flying out of the hangar and just start heading across the field and go up into the sky. But for your first time, I suggest that you just give it a try by giving just a little bit of throttle, not much, and find a safe end of the airfield here. Now, this plane is difficult, or any of these planes are actually difficult to see what's directly in front of you. So sometimes you might have to give a little bit of a turn left or right. Make sure that you're not headed towards a fuel tank or some kind of a bunker or something like that, because you'll find that the game is kind of stupid in that way, as they have them right on the airfield, I guess, to make it a little more interesting. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to unlock it, chop the throttle, go ahead and pivot the plane around using the X key at the moment. Now that I'm almost lined up with the far end of the airfield, I want to pick a part of the airfield where there is no hangars or buildings or trees. I'm going to turn off the chat so you can see the dash better. I'm going to go ahead and hit the throttle full, and I'm going to hit max RPMs, which is the apostrophe key. The semicolon and apostrophe keys increases and decreases your maximum RPMs on the propeller. Go ahead and make my flaps on full. I am not pushing forward on the stick. In fact, now that my flaps are on, I'm actually pulling back on the stick to keep the nose from digging into the ground. Down here at the bottom, you see the two little green lights and the handle on the right. If I push G at rotating the handle, turns the raising of the gears, or landing gear, and raises it up, and then I'm also going to turn my flaps, set them to 0. The flaps are on the outside of the plane. Let's see if I can get you better. Now, this is the WMV109E1 model. This is the Tier 0. The reason why I picked this one to show, basically all the planes are the same for their takeoffs and stuff, but this one I just wanted to point out, it's one simple thing here. First off, your flaps, you see them going down in the back of the wing there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hey, there I am. Okay. And one of the neat things you can do is you can set the flaps at different increments with a one of the things that we have in the game in our forums, there we go, is that you can put the flaps at increments by putting in Bad One's combat flaps adjustment. It explains how to do it and everything, but you can make your flaps go 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50. You don't really see it until you get up into the 50% range. And then there's 60, 70, 80, and then 90 all the way up. And I'm going to put it back down to about 40%. Okay, we're going to try this again. Go ahead and do our landing at the airfield. So let's go ahead and bring it back to the airfield here. You can see on the practice mode that you have several different airfields to work with. Plus there's that red diamond that you see down in the bottom of the screen there. That's essentially a bombing target for bombs with different model planes, which we'll have in other videos here and very shortly. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our power. We're already moving at 450 kilometers per hour, and we want to land at, say, this airfield right here. So we're going to let the plane glide, and we're going to bring it around. These 109s, they're very twitchy airplanes. Just a little bit of rudder control, and they're very twitchy. Also, when your airspeed gets down to 200 or so, they become very unstable. So it's very easy to crash them. So I've turned my flaps on full, as you can see, and let's see here. Lower our landing gear. Now I've gotten below 200. I'm at 150. I'm going to raise it back up to 200 by diving the plane a little bit. Again, chop my throttle. You want to get yourself lined up onto the airfield, the front edge of the airfield, so that you land at about 200 kilometers per hour, and which means I had to increase the speed a little bit. But you can see how the plane's swaying. If you didn't have any flaps on at all, this thing would just basically, if you made a turn or correction, it would just basically fall out of the sky. And we flare, let the plane land, cut the throttle. I'm not going to hit the brakes. I'm using a hard right rudder to keep the plane from flipping over on its side. It's going to try and tilt right there at the last. And basically that's it. Thank you for watching basic takeoff and landings for the 109E model. All the 109s are basically the same as that. If you have any comments, please feel free to make comments, or if you have any questions, ask, and I'd be happy to try and answer.